and welcome to our first episode of Pop Culture Kumite. I'm Manny.
Terrence.
And today, in celebration of the new year, Terrence,
yes,
we thought it'd be good to place the top titles of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s to battle it out.
Okay.
And determine what decade had the best movie.
We already know what decade.
We know what decade today, yes we do. This series will be broken down into 4 parts, and the 5th show will be determining the ultimate winner.
Okay.
So we have the 4 that'll represent the 70s, the 4 that'll represent the 80s, 90s, and 2000, and let them go at it and see what decade had the best movie.
All right, so what's our first...
Joining us today is one of our goods regulars, Mr. Art Cherries. We've actually missed you, Art. How you been?
I haven't been invited.
Oh, you're invited every week.
I just
pneumonia.
I just look at my phone longing to see y'all.
I know, last time you made up the whole pneumonia freaking excuse and all that crap.
And then he went to the movies.
He went to the movies.
He was sick. He went to the movies. All right. So first
in high school, goddammit.
First up is the 70s.
All right.
So we got the 16 top, according to box office and popularity, of the 16 top movies of the 70s decade. What 4 are going to represent? Okay. So first up, to battle it out, starting it out, Star Wars versus Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
All right, who's going first?
You are going first.
Star Wars versus Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have one movie where there is actual space, and then another movie where there was no space. Space comes out.
Well, if you look in the sky,
but no, okay, come on. If you had to think about it, it was like just looking at sci-fi movie versus sci-fi movie. Close Encounters was barely a sci-fi movie. It was more like a movie, like a spooky kind of sort of like there's aliens in it at the end. And then Star Wars was a movie that was all about sci-fi and fantasy and adventure and it had everything in one. The other one barely had anything interesting to the very end of the movie. Star Wars.
You're picking Star Wars.
Star Wars.
All right.
That's all you have to say.
Well, I thought I did say that from the very beginning.
Art.
I love Close Encounters.
Do you really?
Hey, it's got Richard driving. He's awesome.
Well, I just met at the bar, but
All right.
the movie was really good. Richard Dreyfuss. This movie was. The reason I like it is because it kept you thinking the whole time. It was like suspense.
It was like the first Arrival.
Yeah, it was Contact before Contact.
It was Contact before Arrival.
It was Contact. it was Arrival before Contact before Arrival.
It preceded all the other.
Yeah, all those Dick Tease movies.
It was a Vanguard, but ultimately.
Did you say Dick Tease?
Yes, when it builds you up and you're like, yes, I'm gonna get what I want, and then they were like, nah. And then they
Hashtag Dick Tease.
They send you home.
Only on the goods.
They
Here.
send you
All
home.
All flesh.
No substance. All right. All dick. Wait, what? All right. So Star Wars or Close Encounters?
Cherries, what do we
Star
get?
Wars.
All right.
Star Wars!
I yell at you if you said Richard Dreyfuss was the reason why you would pick freaking Close Encounters.
Hey, I was making volcanoes the mountains with my mashed potatoes when I first started. When I saw that movie, that's what I was doing. But anyway, all right.
Good job.
Next up, Jaws versus King Kong, the one with Jessica Lange, 1970s,
Wow.
76, I think.
All right, so I'm not going first on this one. Who's going first on this one?
All right,
Cherries.
Go.
A shark versus a large gorilla.
King.
I would say Jaws because I was more scared to go in the water. Every time I go in the ocean, I think of Jaws. I think of a giant fish that can eat me. I don't go anywhere and think there's a giant gorilla that can kill me.
Which goes back to your Close Encounters at the bar.
Yeah.
So what do you got?
Jaws.
Jaws all day. Thanks!
Right, I definitely have Jaws. I mean, there's not any particular... The reason why I have Jaws is because, one, King Kong's been made like 17,000 times. And it's like, they still ain't got it right. It's like, Jaws is iconic in itself and can never be remade. Don't give me... The Shallows, because I know this is gonna say it can never be remade. So, and then because of that, that movie stands the test of time. Jaws all the way.
All right, Jaws moves on.
I said Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea was
Jaws all the way.
All right, we're gonna change it up a little bit. Let's try Grease versus Saturday Night Fever.
Grease versus Saturday Night Fever. Which dancing movie do I want to pick? Which singing and dancing movie do I want to pick? I mean, oh God, and I hate karaoke with Grease, but I have to pick Grease.
And you've done it.
What?
And you've done it. You've sang freaking Summer Lovin' how many times?
I've never sang Summer.
Oh, yes,
I
you
am
have.
totally against Summer. If there's video out there, please do not send it.
All right.
But Grease has to be picked because everybody remembers Grease. The only people that remember Saturday Night Fever is John Travolta when he looks back at his career and he's like, God, I did that? That's the only person that remembers Saturday Night Fever. Grease is the movie that's going to win. Grease is the word.
Cherries, what do you got?
Grease all the way.
Grease all the way.
I mean, seriously.
I mean, come on.
Fever. That move that he did.
Danny Terrio.
All right. Superman versus Animal House.
Whoa.
Dang it.
To Cherries, you're up.
I mean, how many of us did not tie a towel around our neck and run around in our underwear? Thinking, I'll tell you what.
You still do that.
Yeah, no.
It's called Last Friday.
But then Animal House is so... I'm torn, but I would lean more towards Animal House.
Over Superman?
Superman.
Wow.
Superman.
Okay.
Superman's been...
Things just got interesting.
Superman's been remade numerous times, and although this was the first one that really said it, Animal House, there's never been another Animal House.
It was called Van Wilder.
It's called Revenge of the Nerds.
It's called Revenge of the Nerds.
All right. Superman, Animal House.
All right, okay. So between the two, look, I don't know what you're on with this whole Animal House thing. It's Superman. Superman is a part of our childhood. Christopher Reeve, he was the character so much. The way we look at
Van Wilder?
Robert, the way we look at Van Wilder, the way we look at Robert Downey Jr. as being Tony Stark, the way we look at Hugh Jackman being Wolverine.
And now when you're
Christopher Reeve was Superman, he made that character.
When you watch Superman now, you're like, it's a movie about.
You think about, you're like, man, 1979 Superman, can't beat that.
You know what? I think about it, I'm like, dude, I wish I would have met like a hot teacher's wife when I was.
You know what I think about a fraternity movie?
That happened when I was younger.
All right, you know what I think about a fraternity movie? I think, which American Pie movie am I gonna watch? Am I gonna watch Van Wilder? Am I gonna watch Revenge of the Nerds? They did a fraternity movie. They did a fraternity movie.
All right. I've got to be the deciding factor here. I cannot take away from freaking Animal House. Classic, Toga Belushi at his best. But I gotta go Superman all day long. That freaking thing, I mean, it made a franchise. It made a star out of Christopher Reeve. It's just iconic. And
the theme song, you still hear it.
Exactly. And the biggest freaking,
Reeve's no longer here.
Which is why he should be supported.
That's right.
Now.
And the biggest part of my childhood, I'm going freaking Superman. That's going to the next round. Too bad.
I don't like it, but I can see it.
All right. Halloween versus the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Wait, hang on a second, Aspen.
Oh, Aspen.
What? Fun fact though, Animal House is a 4-star and Superman is not. Just saying.
They don't know what they're talking about.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Superman won this
Dang millennials. All right. Halloween versus Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Is this me?
Terrence, you're first.
Halloween versus Rocky. You know what? Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna admit this. I've never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show, so I'm picking Halloween. I've never seen it.
That means your vote is.
I know. My vote is Halloween.
I will go for this one because you didn't receive.
Okay, go ahead. Halloween versus Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Let me hear Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Halloween, exactly.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Horror. And I don't know what everybody's like, let's sing along to it. Mm-hmm. Halloween all the way.
Halloween all the way. Right. Yeah, I agree. Okay. How's Ashley gonna talk trash and then she's gonna pick who?
But the Rocky Horror soundtrack is so.
For all you Rocky Horror Picture fans, please put your comments below. You know, we'll address all your.
All right. One fan that's still out there.
Whoa! Here we go. Whoa! The negative hate mail that's coming now.
You ready? Enter the Dragon versus Rocky.
Enter the Dragon.
Oh my God!
On you, sir.
Why do you give me the hard one? You choose the easy one.
I didn't choose the easy ones. That's how it worked out. I'm sorry.
Dude, seriously? Oh, man, that is so. Rocky for me is one of my all-time favorite movies. I mean, that's just. But then, Enter the Dragon. Come on. Dang it. I would have to lean towards Rocky.
Wow!
Sorry, Bruce.
I would have, and the reason why is Rocky just all around was a solid movie all around. I mean, it was. This is before he got all roided up and got all cut, and it was just it was the underdog. It was the true underdog story, right? And I mean, how many of us did not watch it? And we can still watch it and be like, I just want to go out there and run too. You know what I mean?
So Rocky.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so am I being biased? I mean, a man who loves Bruce Lee. The man who idolizes Bruce Lee is picking Rocky. Goddamn it! Rocky is the better movie. I am sorry. The dialogue in Enter the Dragon was bad. Look, we love Bruce Lee. We loved all the action that was in it.
But what about John Saxon's hardcore Dolomite kick? When he barely could pick up his leg.
it was like Bruce Lee, and then let's get anybody else who can kind of.
Hey, Black Belt Jones, baby.
Yeah,
Jim Kelly, bro.
We can't.
He looked like a microphone, but
It was a cool. At the time, he was a cool. You know, at the time in martial arts, he was the coolest thing that we had. But I'm sorry, I'm still picking Rocky. I'm not picking Enter the Dragon, and I should really pick it. But you know what? Another cool factor that we had was Apollo freaking Creed.
Yes.
And without him, we don't have Michael B. Jordan. All right.
Exactly, his son.
Here we go.
That's his surrogate son.
Exorcist versus Alien.
This is me?
Yep.
All right, Exorcist versus Alien. Ooh. I am going to go, and I think I thought about this last time. Alien or Aliens?
Alien.
Alien. Ooh, God, that makes it harder now. I'm gonna go Alien because Alien was interesting all the way through. Exorcist was only interesting in the last 30 minutes of the movie.
That's very true. I agree with that. Cherries.
I want to say. I go opposite Exorcist.
Oh! You hurt my heart.
I am the unpopular geeky opinion. I understand. That's my role. I take that mantle.
I normally take that mantle. I'm glad you're taking it today. I get all the hate mail. All right.
Man.
Look, think about it. Yeah, on Exorcism. Come on, The Exorcist. It's like the entire movie you were like, what's gonna happen? I'm scared.
Yeah, that was Alien. In Exorcist, you were kind of like, when's gonna happen? When's gonna happen?
Okay.
And then they teased you with the spider walk, which is not in all versions. They teased you with the spider walk,
What kind
and
of
then you got
tease?
sick.
Let Jesus! Come on!
If the movie had been that all the way through, I'd pick Exorcist all the way. But it wasn't. It wasn't.
Wow. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to pick Alien. And here's why. Okay, Exorcist was one of the scariest movies of all time. Absolutely one of the scariest movies of all time. I've seen it. I can probably count on one hand how many times I've seen it, honestly. Seriously, I do not like watching that movie. But when I actually really did sit down and watch that movie, from the beginning to the middle, and I've said it so many times, it is freaking a snooze fest. It is so boring. I just, there are like little glimpses of the demon with the white face and all that. They throw those little glimpses at it. But overall, I thought it was pretty boring. Once she got possessed towards the end, it was freaking phenomenal. It was amazing. So it's almost like a roller coaster when you go da, 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 and then you hit right. So yes, but Alien introduced you to a freaking female heroine. Finally, you got hell, even that freaking tagline, "In space, no one can hear you scream." I mean, even that is freaking awesome. It launched a franchise, a successful one. Well, okay, part 2 only, but whatever. I gotta go Aliens on that one. All right, Terrence's favorite, and I'm glad I'm not debating this with you. Godfather versus Godfather Part 2.
Oh, God, I can't wait for this.
Cherries, you go first. You go first.
Please, come on, make the right choice. Make the right choice. Let's get this over with now. Make the right choice. You know the right choice.
There is no right choice.
There is a right choice. You know the right choice. All right.
Godfather 2.
What is wrong with you? Godfather is the movie. Godfather is the one where you got a full story. In Godfather 2, all you got was flashbacks. You got a little bit of what Michael was doing. Yeah, don't give me that whole thing where it was like, oh, you heard me. Whatever. You got to see a transition from innocent Michael to cold-blooded, I'm going to kill everybody because you killed my father. Godfather is the movie between the two.
I agree. I changed mine.
All right.
Godfather.
Godfather.
And I'm glad because
I was torn.
You know what? I would have. If it came down to me, I would have agreed with you. But it would have been the first time that Godfather 2 would have beaten Godfather 1. So you're lucky that you changed that. All right, here we go.
Cast of Godfather, come on.
Now we're gonna determine.
They're both good. That's Godfather 1, Godfather 2. They blended together. That was a sequel that just.
Woo. All right, here we go. Star Wars versus Alien.
Alien
again?
Wait.
Yeah, this is the next round.
Oh, you didn't announce we moved to round 2.
Oh.
Round 2. Ding, ding, ding.
Wait, edit that. Round 2. Now we start round 2. These next 4 will. The next 8 will determine the final 4 that will be representing the 70s in the Ultimate Kumite. So. Yeah. Star Wars versus Alien. Terrence.
Man. Crap. The first Star Wars.
This is hands down easy.
I know, really. Why are you thinking? Why are you even thinking about this?
The Star Wars fan here.
I know. Okay.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Hands down. It's like the easiest.
Because I love aliens.
Yes, but
I love aliens more, but I love aliens.
All right. Cherries. Rocky. Grease.
Rocky. That's
a bad match.
This is about the easiest. This is about the easiest freaking second round. All right.
Mark up, Rocky.
All right. Jaws. Superman.
Jaws and Superman.
okay.
Is this me or okay? First Superman, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go Jaws.
Jaws.
I'm gonna go Jaws.
I'd go Jaws.
Yeah.
Yep. I go Jaws.
Versus
too.
the first Superman. Superman 2 is a different story.
All right. All right. Godfather versus Halloween.
Godfather.
Godfather.
I can watch Godfather at throughout any point in time. Halloween sometimes is like I don't feel like watching that kind of movie.
Halloween is really for a specific event. It's seasonal. Halloween's seasonal. So,
But Godfather's like
you can't
year
watch
round.
Halloween at Christmas, but I can watch Godfather Christmas.
Yes, I
That's very
The new Christmas movie, Godfather.
The new Easter movie. Godfather.
So Godfather wins it.
No.
You know what? This was not too bad. The final four that will represent the 70s in the Ultimate Kumite will be Star Wars, Jaws, The Godfather, and Rocky.
All right.
That's a pretty good four.
That's
a solid four.
That's a solid four. So I'm gonna go with that. With those, I'm gonna agree with all of it. It's beautiful. All right. So join us next time when we are going to debate the 80s, and that is going to be a pretty long one because we actually had it like 16. But when you really break down the 80s and all the different genres, whether it's drama, horror, comedy, doesn't matter. There are a lot in the 80s.
Everybody get their due.
So we're actually going to break it down to 32 movies that are going to fight it out in that Kumite. So for Art, for Terrence, Aspen in the back, I'm Manny, and we'll see you next week.